Hi, thank you for joining my channel. I wanted to give this message in regards to just kind of a disclaimer for those who are seeking to activate certain elements within themselves, such as their crown chakra and brow chakra, and activating the quote-unquote pineal gland, just trying to access their psychic abilities. I wanted to give this disclaimer due to the fact that a lot of the times people don't really understand that there is an actual natural process when you are looking to activate your chakras, especially if you weren't born with certain sensitivities and you haven't cultivated these chakras. You haven't kept them open or in a healed state or in a balanced state. And the disclaimer that I have is for those who try to skip the process of balancing your chakras from your root chakra to your crown. That's the order and the method in which, when you're doing the healing, you want to balance from the bottom up, because of the fact that if there is an imbalance in your rooted areas in your lower chakras, and you start to open and channel and funnel information from various dimensions with your crown chakra and your brow chakra, you will actually not be balanced enough to receive and pick up the frequencies and interpret them in a way where it's coherent, and in a way where you can actually function with a balanced mentality. And a lot of the times this can actually, you skip ahead and you open up your pineal gland, you can actually create a psychosis or go into a schizophrenic state of being. So it's very important that if you are looking to journey into discovering the metaphysical you, if you're looking to just kind of get into that part of your spiritual aspect, and just take your time. I just wanted to kind of give that warning and allow your spirit to lead you. Also, if you have access to people who are spiritually more, I want to say, grounded in these areas, please do seek out a guide, someone who can actually help you stay grounded, because this is a very sensitive area when you are becoming activated in that aspect of yourself. Your intuition kind of revs up. If you allow it to gradually to be a gradual manifestation, as opposed to you forcing it, it's kind of like ripping a muscle or tearing a ligament. It takes a while for it to actually heal itself if you rip it. So you don't want to force yourself to open up a part of yourself that's pretty much a gateway to the unseen worlds that are around us simultaneously existing. And a person that's kind of goes into a schizophrenic state, it's usually due to the fact that they're actually being initiated in spirit to kind of go through this breakout process for their shamanistic abilities. It's usually connected with mysticism, and a true shaman would be able to pinpoint that they're just that person in a schizophrenic state of being is just at an energetic, their frequency is just kind of been jolted. And it's usually when your higher self comes and kind of touches you, and it creates static, especially if that person wasn't spiritually prepared for it. And usually when you have things like tribal shamans, they usually, in tribal cultures, they would usually look for certain signs in individuals to see who's the tribal mystic, because every generation there's usually a person born in your family, in your tribe, that has specific abilities to be able to access the unseen world effortlessly, because it's a natural talent. So not everybody is born with these natural gifts, and not everybody will actually be able to access these gifts as well, because it's not just something you can force your way into. It's actually an interaction between you and the divine presence of the existence of this reality. And there's just a level of respect that happens when you go through a process of, going through the stages of your initiation and alchemizing it, through understanding it and learning the lessons and embracing everything about your life. It actually creates a rapport, I want to say, between you and the existence of the divine element, the divine presence that is the actual intelligence, that offers, I want to say, that allows you to be able to access these parts of yourself. Because even though, yes, we have free will, we're very limited in that free will, and we're limited based on the way that there are certain immutable laws that govern this reality of existence. And only those who are given the access to go beyond the realms of the immutable laws, and it's actually like being given the hack codes or the cheat codes to a game that everybody's playing, but they don't actually know how to play it with the cheat codes. They're playing it regularly. And some people have access to the cheat codes. And these people are given this access. You just can't go and get it. So, I mean, that goes to tell you as well that everything is truly orchestrated, even the supposed opposition that we're experiencing in life. It's all a training simulation for us to actually grow and nurture ourselves through the human experience and to actually master it. So essentially, all of the various triggers and all of the scenarios that are here compounding on each other is just a bunch of everybody healing the karmic debt and inflicting karma, but at the same time it's healing it simultaneously. It's kind of hard to really put your mind to it unless you can see it from the highest perspective that you possibly can, and that's just understanding that all is karma and everybody's working it out. We're doing it on an individual basis, and we're also doing it collectively. So your ability and your access to these particular gifts that you are able to cultivate and you are able to grow in, and it's actually a manifestation of the divine intelligence within you. And that divine intelligence, that divine presence, you have to do some work to access it. So that becomes a co-creative process. And then the level of respect comes when you're able to respect the divinity, the source of life that flows within you. Then, when you can dig deep within yourself to reach it, and then you love it and you nurture it, and that respect garners you the ability to be able to access the power that derives from this source of energy that dwells within you, that is also connected to the seed of every bit of everything that is in creation, which is a powerful magnetic force of energy, which also just goes to prove that we are indeed the creator in the essence of our being. We are that intelligent being, that intelligent source, but we just don't realize it. So we have to uncover that part of ourselves so that we can maximize and reach our full potential in whatever it was that we were fashioned in our purpose to accomplish, because we all do have a purpose, and we all have to actually discover that purpose within the depths of our own soul, because our soul carries the roadmap to that. And if we are people who follow our hearts and we're not led by the external presence of everybody's opinions, or just be guided, if we're not guided by anything outside of ourselves, outside of our hearts, outside of our passion, which drives us, what motivates us, what moves us deeply, then we're doing ourselves a disservice. So I say all that to go back to say that you really have to pace yourself in your spiritual journey. Do not try to skip ahead. Do not try to, take steps into unknown and uncharted waters when you're not physically, spiritually, emotionally balanced enough to handle what comes next. So I implore you to get yourself a guide to help you develop your spiritual gifts. I, for one, offer spiritual guidance. I offer it through donation only, as it is just an energy exchange of the law of giving and receiving. So whatever it is that you're able to give, I accept, and I offer full-blown spiritual life coaching, counseling, advice to anybody that comes my way that needs the assistance to kind of keep themselves in whatever perspective that they need to in order to maintain the balance to see things through. Because really and truly, when you're going deeper into your psychic gifts, or when you're looking to expand into metaphysical gifts, it takes a real toll on your physical body. It can also take a toll on your mental body if you are not properly and thoroughly guided, or if you don't know how, or if you haven't had the, I want to say, genetic memory of maybe a past life where you actually already mastered this experience, so you innately are able to conquer these things without someone to teach you how to do it. Certain people are just that naturally in tune. But for those who aren't, and if you're struggling and it's not flowing that easily for you, there's just some steps that you're probably trying to break through that you aren't meant to break through just yet. And you have to learn how to enjoy your now moments and thoroughly allow your body to heal, thoroughly allow your chakras to heal, and allow them to heal in the order of the root chakra to the crown chakra. If you are someone who's naturally gifted, perhaps your crown chakra and your brow chakra is already pretty much open. So the healing aspect, you can still heal it however you choose to heal it to. But the thing is about that is that you don't want to put a strain on yourself as well by not making sure that your lower level chakras are balanced, because it's about maintaining your security, maintaining your groundedness, and being firm in knowing the reality that you're in, so that when you're receiving information from other realities, you're not necessarily confused, and you're able to just kind of firmly stay planted and funnel the information properly. Okay? And in a healthy way. This is all about keeping your mental health in order. So I just wanted to give that disclaimer, because I know there's a lot of people out here with all this spirituality training, and people wanting to know about chakras, and everybody's now a guru, and I get it. Everybody wants to do yoga and learn about frequencies and the dynamics of metaphysics. I understand. It's just the paradigm that's shifting into this level of consciousness, because this is where we are headed towards, where people are able to connect with Mother Earth and connect with their spiritual selves, their light bodies, and really seek out who they truly are and really connect back to that. So this is certainly a wave of energy that's forcing people to really wake up to these things. However, it's just not as cookie cutter as people like to make it out to be. And I hate for people to go at it, full steam ahead, thinking that they actually know what they're doing when they really need assistance in this. Because, when shamans, they don't become shamans overnight. They're usually trained, and they usually apprentice with someone who has apprenticed and has learned how to connect with the energies that they are being elevated towards. And these people are gifted naturally. But if you're trying to force these gifts on yourself and you aren't given the access to receive the supernatural abilities that come with the territory of going behind the veil and just going deeper, and you haven't done the righteous work within yourself, You won't be rewarded if you try to access it without really, if you try to skip a step, it will actually be to your detriment. And this is usually the cause for a lot of things that really could be avoided, such as the mental stress, the stress that causes psychosis, So that's really all that I have for you. I really wanted to give this message because it is important that you grow spiritually, but it's important that you do it in a healthy way. That's all that I have for you. Take care. Namaste.